Okay, so Kerry, in this interview with Madonna, Jonathan Ross's interview, in the introduction, how does Jonathan Ross kind of initiate the rapport? How does he introduce Madonna into the interview?
Well, he says loads of ego boosting facts about her and shows clips of her and talks about her future and stuff.
And can you give an example to me of one of the ego boosting compliments that he did use?
Yeah, he said she's the most successful female recording artist of all time.
Yes.
She's pop and fashion icon and queen of pop.
Yeah. In the first 2 minutes of the interview, and I know you've watched the interview, what sort of style of interview have you determined this to be?
It's quite casual and chatty, quite informal. It's just a conversation, ongoing.
It's just got a very, like you said, very conversational tone about the interview.
Yeah.
What do you think of Jonathan Ross's communication skills, whilst chatting to Madonna in the interview?
It's good. He keeps the conversation going and stuff.
Yeah.
And, asks about her and what the audience will want to know and stuff.
And during the interview, what would you say about Madonna's body language? I mean, for celebrities usually, to do an interview is either they're quite confident when they're doing interviews like this, or they feel quite reserved and they hold back because obviously this is going to be televised to the public. They need to be careful what they say. And so, how would you explain Madonna's body language in this interview?
I think she's quite comfortable because she comes in and sits down and then takes her jacket off and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think she's quite comfortable there.
Yeah. Okay. So far in the interview, what sort of style questions, what sort of style questions do you think Jonathan Ross is tending to ask more for Madonna?
So he asks open questions. So when he asks about her performance, she couldn't really say anything, but she goes on about what happened when she fell and stuff. So it's quite
in the interview he asked, tell us about what happened.
Yeah.
It's very open. It leaves her to be able to say anything.
Yeah.
Rather than more of a suggestive answer.
Yeah.
So how does Jonathan Ross kind of strain an emotional response from the audience within the interview? So within the interview, how does Jonathan kind of strain an emotional response from the audience and Madonna and them two as a whole? So how does he link the emotional responses between Madonna and the audience?
So when she's on about when she fell off the stage, the way she's describing it and stuff, and how she felt if she hurt herself and stuff, the audience can feel sorry for her and stuff.
Give an example of a question Jonathan has asked that has generated an informative response for the audience. So a question that he's asked that is for a more informational purpose for the audience. It gives them information about Madonna, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. Shall I just go on about when she fell?
Yeah.
So when she's describing what actually happened when she fell, if it was the audience may not have actually realised how why she fell and stuff, but she says that obviously the cape was tied too tight, so maybe the audience wouldn't have known that. So.
Jonathan has done. Obviously, watching the interview, you can see he's done a lot of research for this interview. Do you think this is necessary for interviews of this style, for celebrity interviews? Is it necessary to do that much research?
Definitely, because obviously they need to know who they're interviewing and what they're going to ask, and they need to know rough answers and about the person that they're going to interview, otherwise they'll just go in there and knowing nothing.
Exactly.
And they look like idiot.
How did the audience's excitement contribute to the mood of the interview?
It made it very sort of informal, I guess, more comfortable.
Because I mean, it was informal anyway, with kind of the conversation and chatty style between and the banter between Madonna and Jonathan Ross, but with the audience's response as well, it kind
added a bit more of an atmosphere as well.
Atmosphere and loosened it up a little bit. Right, well, thank you very much, Kerry.
Thank you.
Thank you.